What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing a rebuild on a team I haven't talked about in a while now, and that is the Houston Rockets, who in my opinion have probably one of the best young cores in the NBA. Of course, they have a mix of veterans with that as well now, with all the cap space they spent this last offseason on guys like Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, who have actually been pretty solid for them, and they're above 500 at the moment. So there's a lot of exciting things about Houston, and I want to see if I can accelerate this timeline even further for the Houston Rockets, because it seems like that's the direction they're heading in. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. But as I said, today we are going to be rebuilding the Houston Rockets. So right now we are 15-12 at the moment. Of course, you have Alperen Sengun, Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith Jr., Tari Eason, Jeff Green. In my opinion, I'll just say it right now, I think the Rockets have, and I already mentioned up top, I think they have one of the best young cores in the NBA. Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., got Amen Thompson, who I was a big fan of when I started to actually look at him, around the draft class, because, of course, Portland had the 3rd overall pick. You have Cameron Whitmore, who they got pick 20, fell like crazy in the draft. And I feel like there's some other guy, somebody else that I'm missing. Tari Eason, I don't even think I mentioned his name. So they have a good young core. Sengun, of course, forgot to say him up top. Like, this team is actually pretty interesting, and it's not bad at all. Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet have actually been really good additions to the team. And it's kind of an interesting mix of veterans with some young players. Now, of course, every time I've done a Rockets rebuild, I've immediately got rid of Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks because it just feels better to go the young route. But I want to see if I can still thread the needle by keeping Fred VanVleet and Brooks on this roster. I don't know if I'll be able to, but that's kind of the goal today. We're going to just try to make things work. So, as I mentioned, every time that I've done Rockets, or not Rockets rebuilds, just done rebuilds in general, the Rockets pick always seems to be up in the top 4, so they seem to fall off like crazy. So I want to see if we can avoid that. I don't know if there's a way I can do that. So I guess the first step is to just fix the rotation and see if the rotation needs some work. But right now, I think we're going to leave it the way it is. Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Brooks, Jabari Sengun, with Tari Eason, Jeff Green, Amen Thompson, and Jayshawn Tate, and then Reggie Bullock. So Whitmore is out of the rotation at the moment. I forgot they even had Victor Oladipo. Has he even played this year? I feel like he hasn't, but maybe I'm tripping. So doesn't look like he has. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and send Cameron Whitmore down to the G League. And then let's look at the proficiency as well. So right now, it's a defensive system. That's probably a huge reason why they fall off. That's playing a defensive system when this team is not fit for that. So we're going to move this to a balanced system instead. And we'll see if that can prevent the fall off for this Rockets squad. And who knows, maybe we even stop at the deadline to try to make things even better here as well. So we're going to go ahead and simulate most likely the deadline or at the end of year 1. But one thing's for sure is we're going to try to bring a championship to H-Town. Today's video is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a player props app that's available on mobile or desktop. How PrizePicks works, you simply click the over or the under on the projection that they give you. They have all kinds of sports outside of just basketball, and of course, they all have kind of stats on the boards as well. They even got turnovers on here if you want to go ahead and hit on some turnovers. So how it works, as I said, choose between 2 to 6 players, choosing over on Gafford here, and then let's say we go to the turnovers and we say Chad's going to get 2 turnovers. It's that simple. You click more or less than the projections, what you think. And that's basically how it works. If you want to sub for PrizePicks, use code Crushables to match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. And boys, tonight we had a good one. Let's look at this. I'm going to scroll all the way down. Some of these, obviously don't look too good, but it doesn't matter because we got this going for us. Look at this. All green, baby. All green. 6 for 6 on this correlation slip, which I'll show you guys how I hit that in a second. But if you want to sub for PrizePicks, use code Crushables to match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Link is down in the description below. How we got that 6 for 6 slip is simply from this tool right here. It is a correlation tool. This thing is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So basically how it works, it gives you a slip, you put it in. It's that simple. We've been using this correlation tool since August 18th. It is up 655.2 units. That's how insane this tool is. So basically how it works is you go ahead, it gives you the slip, as I said. Do they have any PrizePicks ups here? But they got all kinds of sports books outside of just PrizePicks. But yeah, let's go to some of the PrizePicks slips. So these are 2 college football games, which I don't watch a lot of college football. And as you guys saw, that slip was college football. I don't need to know anything about college football to just put these slips in. It's plug and play. So basically, if Drew Aller and Jackson Dart already go over their yards, and more than likely their receivers are benefiting off of that. Football is such a correlated sport, which is why there's such an edge in tools like PrizePicks and all these other sports books as well. So if you want to check out DGF's correlation or even their optimizer tool, links are down in the description below. I even have their YouTube channel if you want to learn more about this. They explain it way better than I do. But thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's video, along with DGF's correlation tool and also optimizer as well. So at the end of the season, I probably should have made a move at the deadline to prevent the fall off, but we did fall off just a little bit, which kind of sucks, but it's all good. We got time. So if we take a look at where we finished up at 29.53. So yeah, we fell off quite a bit. 2K just does not respect this team enough to what they're playing to in real life, of course, which is fine. No big deal. Unfortunately, our pick is only top 4 protected in this offseason, though. So if it does not fall in the top 4, we do not get our first round pick, which sucks. But at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. So well, it is kind of a big deal in a way, but I can make things happen, as you guys know. Cavaliers, Nuggets. Cavs going to win the championship. They beat the Nuggets in 4 games. Player retirements. LeBron James is going to retire a Laker. I'll go ahead and override that for one time. He can go to Toronto like he always does. Draft lottery time. Let's see where our pick is going to end up. So it is projected pick number 6, and then we're projected the Wizards pick, which I think actually has some protections on it. And then I think we should have Brooklyn's pick, but they may have made the playoffs, which sucks. But let's see how this is going to go. So do we land in the top 4? It looks like our pick is going to Oklahoma City at 7, which is unfortunate. And then where's Brooklyn's pick? It's at 15. They literally just barely made the playoffs. So would have been nice to have that pick in our back pocket. But hey, it's still 15th overall. Not too bad. Wizards are going to get number 1. So that's probably something they definitely need anyway. Ime Udoka, of course, we're going to keep him around. He's done a great job. Obviously an awesome head coach before that thing happened in Boston, or they would have never gotten rid of him. So let's go ahead and fill out this coaching staff. And then honestly, as much as I know we could go ahead and draft with this 15th pick, I do want to explore the option of potentially trading for a vet here. Just because it's like right outside the lottery. You know, we could go ahead and just take whoever falls to us, of course. If we look at the mock drafts, what they have maybe us getting, because there probably would be somebody that would fall out, and that would be like really good value for us. Like we could get Ruben, Kyle, Edwards, Proctor is also, you know, kind of projected to go to us. Ray DeSantos, Ruben Pressey. So we're going to explore the option first of maybe trading for a vet. I'm not really sure who I have at the top of my head at the moment, because right now, if there was one position I think we could upgrade, like this team is already really good, and obviously progression is going to make this team even better. If there's one position I think we could upgrade, it maybe would be the 3 spot, but the same magnitude. I also could see a world where I move Amon Thompson to the 3. Maybe we can move our, as much as Fred VanVleet's making a ton of money, of course, but maybe we could even move Fred VanVleet to like a 6-man role like he used to be. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud of what we could potentially do. A backup 5 wouldn't hurt either. But we'll see. We'll explore the option of trading this pick first. If not, we'll just draft at 15. No big deal. Didn't really see anything that I loved, honestly, so I'm just going to go ahead and draft with this pick and see who falls to us at number 15. Probably going to get some good value here anyway. Usually somebody does fall, you know, to us. So we got Proctor as a point guard. We have like Robert Dillon. We got Adam. We got Gary Diaw. DJ Wagner, also always really good to get. And then we have Ruben here. So I think I might go DJ Wagner. If I wanted like young guard for the future, I mean, we kind of have that in Amon Thompson, but he is movable if we need to. But I'm going to take DJ Wagner. If nothing else, we just kind of obviously make our asset pool even better. And we have a 2nd round pick. So here's a 2nd round pick. I'll just take Trent Flowers, call it a day. So welcome to the team, Trent Flowers, and also DJ Wagner. So as I said, if nothing else, it includes our, you know, increases our asset pool. And we might be able to make a trade down the line potentially. So Jayshawn Tate, think I'm going to go ahead and decline that one. Jabari Tari Easton will accept. Qualifying offers, Nate Williams, we're going to move. We're not going to worry about those 3 guys. And then free agency. Don't think we have the cap space to sign anybody major, but let me double check. And we do have, well, actually, we do have some money to sign like a Buddy Hield or a Melton if we wanted to. Dinwiddie, Tyus Jones, Monte Morris. So they're actually, and then, you know, obviously he used to play here as well. But let's see what else we got. So Fred VanVleet, Amon Thompson, DJ Wagner. Now we have Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Tari Eason, Cameron Whitmore, and we have Jabari, and then like Şengün. So we do definitely need a better backup 5, like 100%. So that's definitely something I should be looking into as a backup center. Like no doubt in my mind, we need a better backup 5, which we might be able to sign that in free agency if we wanted. So like Plumlee, Hardenstein, obviously pretty solid. He would be like the one guy I really like as an option here, but not like in love with any of the options here. So we may explore the idea of trading for that 5, which I don't hate. So let's start with that. Let's start with going to get a legitimate backup 5 for Şengün. I don't know what Detroit's plan is. Obviously, they just tied, I think they set the record tonight after losing to the Nets of the most losses in NBA history in a row. So don't know what their plan is going forward, but I don't know if they'd be okay with moving Beef Stew. He's a nice shooter off the bench, or not off the bench. Just a night he starts for the Pistons. I don't know why I said off the bench. He'd be coming off the bench for us, but 8 points, shoots 38% from 3. Obviously, could play the 4 if we need him to. 6'8". Kind of like the idea of him. I don't really trade for him that often either. So this is kind of a you know, little different scenario here. So if I try to give them Landale as a salary filler, I don't want to give him like a crazy young player, but let's say I would throw like Trent Flowers in here. So Jock Landale, Trent Flowers, and do I have like a pick swap? I don't know if I want to trade that though. Let's say we did a couple seconds. So they get a young player in Trent Flowers. They get off Stewart's money as well, if that's like an enticing thing for them. As I punch the mic, my apologies. Let's see what they say. They agree. So we got Isaiah Stewart, someone I don't get that often. So we have our legitimate backup 5 with Şengün, or if we wanted to move him to the 4, we could do that as well. But at the moment, I think I'm actually cool with just moving Tari East into the 4. I think he actually goes up, doesn't he? No, he goes down. All good. But he's going to play the backup 4 for us. That way, we can probably go sign a point guard, which I think is going to be my game plan. Because what I'm going to do is Amin Thompson, he's a point guard at the moment. We can move him to the 3. He'd go up. He also stays the same at the 2. I'm going to move him to the 2 at the moment. But actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I want him to be the point guard eventually. He's 6'7". That's a cheat code. So we are just going to simply sign a backup guard that will fit, you know, backup Jalen Green. So I think I like the idea of Melton, Lonnie Walker, Malik Beasley. Dylan Hayes could take a chance on him. Luke Kennard, more shooting. Gary Trent. More shooting than Gary Trent actually sounds good. So give me Gary Trent off the bench. I actually like that idea. So Gary Trent, welcome to Houston. Not a whole lot of movement here, but as I said, we have a bunch of assets. We have the ability. We still have the ability to sign someone else we wanted. So, I mean, if we want as many contracts as possible, we might as well go ahead and sign someone else. So I am going to go ahead and sign... I could sign Buddy Hield as a veteran off the bench. You know what? Give me Buddy Hield. If nothing else, Buddy Hield gives us the opportunity to flip into the deadline using his salary. So I think that's why we're doing that Buddy Hield signing. So Buddy Hield, Gary Trent. Love those 2 additions. 2 shooters off the bench, which we love. Şengün is up. Jalen Green is up. Jabari is up. All of them progressing is nice. Fred VanVleet is down. Easton is down. Brooks is the same. Amin Thompson is up. Gary Trent, Buddy Hield's down. And Whitmore is up. Okay, everything's looking good. So, as I said, with all the assets that we have, salaries that we have now, we're going to have the ability to trade for probably anybody we want. Now, it depends how bad Brooklyn is, but Brooklyn usually doesn't do that great. Their pick swap should be worth a lot, I would imagine, once we move to the deadline. It depends, again, if they're bad, though. We also could just keep the pick and go try to win the Cooper Flag sweepstakes if we wanted. But I have a feeling this team is about to be really good this year. So, bench utilization, I'm actually going to shrink this down just a little bit, but I'm cool with the 10-man rotation. So, Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Brooks, same starting 5 as last year with Tari Easton, Amin Thompson, Gary Trent, Buddy Hield, and Isaiah Stewart. And then Whitmore, after the deadline, either if you're still here after the deadline, I'm probably going to go ahead and put you in the rotation. But we'll see if I have to trade you for whoever we target. So, I'll see you guys at the deadline, and we will see who 2K has available for us once we reach that point in the video. All right, we're at the trade deadline at 23 and 27. We're not that great right now, which I'm a little disappointed by. But as I mentioned, we stopped the deadline for this reason, to try to make this team better. We're definitely right on the brim of being a play-in team, if not, after the deadline being a playoff team. 23 from Jalen Green, which is nice. 17 from Şengün, 12 from Dylan Brooks, 12 from Jabari, 11 from Tari Easton, and 11 for Fred VanVleet. I honestly think the only 2 players that are safe here are Jalen Green and also Şengün. Everyone else is definitely on the table if we want them to be. But we're going to try to obviously avoid trading guys, so we'll see what happens. Or trading some players than others. But, so let's go see what 2K has available for us. We're going to go simply off what Team Intel is showing us. If this team wants to sell, rebuild, that's what we're going to go ahead and target. So, first and foremost, the Spurs are selling when Victor Wembanyama. I mean, obviously, I'd love Wemby, but we'll see. I might come back to that, but at the same time, why would I just... I try to be somewhat, in this scenario, I'm going to listen to 2K's Team Intel, but I'm also going to be realistic a little bit. Like, Wemby, on the 3rd year of his rookie contract, I don't think the Spurs are going to, unless he wanted out for whatever reason, and he was actually happy about not going to Houston, so I just can't imagine, that's going to happen. So we won't do that. But, okay, the Timberwolves are selling. They have Anthony Edwards. They have, like, McDaniels, Cat. They have some options. Blazers, of course, they have Sharp, Brogdon, Simons, DeAndre Ayton. So they have some options as well. The Warriors, Stephen Curry. They'll never trade him, though. No one else I'm really that intrigued by. And then the Wizards, they have, like, Kuzma. They did draft Alex Sarr as well. The 76ers not looking to make any... Ooh, Giannis, man. They're the 13th seed. If Giannis was available, may have had to look at that. But the Bulls rebuilding. They have Levine, DeRozan if we want. Vucevic. Right now, I'm not loving the possibilities. Okay. Kawhi Leonard is interesting, but again. And then James Harden, if we want to bring him back to Houston. Wow. The Grizzlies are selling. Man, would it be wild if Ja Morant ever became available? I mean, if for whatever reason Ja Morant, you know, I just can't imagine he'd be the type of guy that would want out of Memphis, but you never really know. The Hawks rebuilding, the Hornets rebuilding, then Lauri Markkanen is an option, of course. De'Aaron Fox, they're not and then okay. And then Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is pretty interesting as well. Pascal Siakam. Okay, we have some interesting options on the table. Wow, Brooklyn's actually pretty good. That sucks. Who'd they get? Nobody. They're just decent. Wow, that's unfortunate. But all right. Halliburton, that'd be fun. But and then like Cade, we could bring him back to or bring him to Houston with Jalen Green, or we can go get a Star Thompson, pair him with his brother. Okay, I'm actually intrigued by the idea of either getting Ja Morant or Anthony Davis. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I feel like AD is obviously more realistic, 31 years old, but if he'd be the kind of veteran that would obviously change a lot here. I don't know if I love him and Şengün's fit though. Don't know if that's the best fit in the world, but if we're gonna get somebody that could help us, you know, go win a championship, then AD would definitely be worth it. He could play the 4 with Şengün again. The spacing is gonna be fantastic. I don't know. That fit just seems kind of awkward. But you know, getting AD would be awesome. That's why I'm kind of tempted to do it. And then of course we could just go and settle on Ja Morant, which would be interesting. But I'm gonna go for AD. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Anthony Davis, he's on the Lakers. They're selling, and he is making what? 25, 15. I mean, this is the kind of player you'd want, especially if you're Houston. I'm not trading Şengün in this scenario, but we're gonna see if we can get Anthony Davis. So how would we do this? We might have to use Fred VanVleet's contract to do this, which I wouldn't be opposed to doing, obviously. So let's just go ahead and start out with him. All right, so we're going to have to include some young players in this trade, no doubt. So I'm going to start with DJ Wagner. He's got 3-star trade value, so that's a great start. I'm going to try to keep Amin Thompson out of the talks. Actually, if I can keep Fred VanVleet out of the talks as well, that'd be awesome. But I don't know if that's even going to be possible. Jalen Green is going to be resigned. If Isaiah Stewart's money, maybe we can go ahead and throw him in there. Obviously, the trade is, or then Buddy Hield, that salary we got. Okay. And give me Maxwell Lewis. All right, saying it's illegal. I don't even know if the salary matches. That's what I need to see first. Okay. $10 more million in this trade. I think I have to, I definitely think I have to trade one of, obviously, I mean, what is Whitmore making? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to trade one of Fred VanVleet or Brooks, unfortunately. Okay, if I threw Brooks in here, he actually has 3-star trade value as well. So he actually has some good value to him. All right. And then you give me Tower Smith. All right. If this Brooklyn pick was very valuable, we have this Washington pick. And okay. Okay, we have a couple decent picks. It's Nets pick, unfortunately. It's actually 2-star as well. All right, so Wagner, Stewart, Buddy Hield, Dylan Brooks, 2 first-round picks for Anthony Davis. What do you say, LA? They don't agree. Okay, fair enough. I will put Fred VanVleet in this trade instead. They can't do it. I think, okay, there's a little too much money in this trade now. All right. Fred VanVleet, the Lakers would acquire too much money. I think I have to exclude Isaiah Stewart out of the trade. Okay, that works. I'll throw another first in here. So DJ Wagner, 3 first-round picks, Fred VanVleet. And then I wouldn't be opposed to trading Whitmore if it means I get Anthony Davis. So let's see if we offer that. They don't agree. If I threw Whitmore in this trade, does that change the tide for them? Let's see. They still don't agree. Wow, okay. Never mind. I thought that would change their minds. And no. Okay. Still can't get him. Not throwing Amin Thompson in this trade. That's a little too rich for me. Tari Eason. Oh, I don't know if I want to throw Tari Eason in there. That sounds a little too much. Let's see what they say. We get Anthony Davis. Okay. I hate trading Tari Eason, but at the end of the day, I could have traded Jabari as well. Didn't even think about that. But whatever. We got Anthony Davis. Does it make a lot of sense? No, but we're going to make it work. So Anthony Davis, Şengün. You know, they're both capable of it. Şengün shooting 22. I'm trying to justify this. Anthony Davis shooting 34%. It's whatever. We'll make it work. So Anthony Davis is going to move to the 4. He used to play the 4, of course, natural position. So now this is what the rotation is going to look like. Okay, so it's going to be Amin Thompson, Jalen Green. Dylan Brooks is actually going to move to the bench. We're going to actually move Jabari down to the 3. He's actually going to go up, which is nice too. So, man, this rotation is about to be pretty interesting, but I'm messing with it. So, they actually want to start Dylan Brooks still, which is bizarre to me. But I'm going to go ahead and move Dylan Brooks to the bench. Definitely going to do that. So we are going to have Anthony Davis and Şengün as our front court, and then we're going to move Dylan Brooks. We're going to make sure he doesn't start. That way Jabari gets in there, and this is what it's going to look like. So Amin Thompson, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., Davis, and Şengün. You can't tell me this team wouldn't be intimidating if you walked in the playoffs. Gary Trent, Buddy Hield. We didn't even trade any of these guys I was looking to trade, and we can go 9-man rotation. Obviously, no reason to have. Or we traded Whitmore. Oh, we traded Whitmore. Did we trade both Whitmore? We did. We traded Whitmore and Eason. Man, we may have traded way too much. But you know what? If it leads in a championship, that's what matters at the end of the day. Anthony Davis, Şengün, go show me why I traded for you. Hopefully this season turns around after we just got AD on this roster. So at the end of the season, we finish up as a playoff team as the 6th seed in the Western Conference. We take a look at the player stats for the season to see how things went. You had 23 from Anthony Davis, 23 from Jalen Green, 17 from Şengün, 12 from Jabari, 11 from Brooks, 10 from Amin Thompson, 10 from Gary Trent, 8 from Buddy Hield, and then 5 from Isaiah Stewart. So I'm also going to shrink this down to an 8-man rotation because we definitely need to fill out our depth after we just, gutted our roster for AD. I know what I'm going to title this video, though, because the more I think about the trade I just did, the way more I regret it. But you can't tell me this isn't different from what I've done in the past with the Rockets. Like, this video just definitely went south immediately by trading for AD. I don't think I ever would have really actually done that. But I feel like just, rolling with the Rockets' young core is really easy to do, especially in 2K. Like, 2K loves young rosters. So this probably is going to be titled the worst Rockets rebuild you've ever seen, but I'm rolling with it. Someone didn't current round against New Orleans. Let's see if we can beat them. And we do beat them in 6. Okay, if we would have lost in round 1, that would have been really backstabbing or really would have sucked because, gutted our roster. You would hope that it paid off. But now we get Portland, who actually just beat the Kings tonight. Really good win. Scoot looked pretty good tonight, which you love to see. But let's go ahead, simulate current round against the Portland Trailblazers. And we are going to be down 3-1 to a Portland team. Okay. Let's see if we can come out here and maybe come back from 3-1 to not get embarrassed in round 2. Let's see if that is the case. And right now, it's going to be a very close one, but we are going to escape with a Game 5 victory. All we got to do is win Game 6, and we're back in Game 7 in Houston, and we could be, maybe looking at the conference finals if we can maybe win this one. Right now, we have a decent lead. They take it, though, and they're going to run away with it at the very end. Unfortunately, we're losing round 2, which is fine because I feel we could fill out our depth a little bit this offseason. 76ers and Blazers, we lost to the team that eventually went on to win the championship. Okay. Shout out to the Blazers for doing that. LeBron James, once again, retiring in Toronto. Okay. Spurs get number 1. And then, curious to see. So obviously, the Lakers, so that pick ended up being 19. So, and then, wait a minute. Oh, never mind. That's just their own pick at number 2. I was about to say, the Lakers get a 2nd overall pick from us. They did not. Good. Staff signing, Ime Udoka. I'm going to leave that the way it is. And then we are going to just simply fill out this coaching staff. And then the draft is going to matter for us this offseason. We obviously gutted our roster and our assets for AD to go win a championship in Houston. So let's make sure we do that by filling out the depth properly this offseason. We do have to resign Jalen Green and Şengün, so things are going to get quite expensive here very, very fast. So I could also... Just kidding, I can't. I was about to say, can I sign like Tatum right now? But no. I'm going to sign Alperen Şengün. I'm also going to sign Jalen Green back. No-brainer to get both of them back on the team. Apparently, I have to match his contract instead of him just signing the 5-year deal, so I guess he wanted out of here, which I guess maybe he's upset we brought in AD. I don't really blame him. Okay, so we can still fill out the rest of this roster. So... Gary Trent, still a fine. Then Brooks is still fine. Stewart, still a fine. Backup 5. I wonder if I move him to the 4 if he'd go up, because obviously he plays the 4. He stays the same, but I'm actually cool with him playing some 4 for us. So I'm going to go ahead and move him to the 4, and then I'm going to sign a backup 5. And then I think we should be good. So let's go sign a backup center. Kevon Looney, Drew Eubanks. I'm going to get Kevon Looney. Grabs plenty of boards, so we like that. And if I can get like a Monte Morris as well off the bench, I'd be cool with that, but I don't think I can get both. Let's see. I'm going to try to get Kevon Looney, and it's not going to let me get Monte Morris now. I don't think it is anyway. Let's see. Yeah, no. Kennard, Buddy Hield, bring him back. I mean, it's better than nothing, so I'll go ahead and sign Buddy. Just kidding. Goes to Boston. Okay. Give me Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard off the bench. Sure, sign me up. And I think that's going to be all we can really do. So, we have Gary Trent. We have Dylan Brooks. We have Isaiah Stewart. And we have Kevon Looney. Is our depth that great? Not really, but Amin Thompson should go up in overall. Lenny Waters, Jermaine Samuels. Şengün is up. Jalen Green is up. Amin Thompson is up. So everyone's progressing other than Luke Kennard. He went down. Stewart is up to a 79, which is also awesome. So we'd love to see that. All right, I'm curious to see how this season's going to go next year. After we just maybe made the worst mistake in franchise history. Unless we win a championship, then it all pays off, right? And then it all pays off. Power King landed us first overall, though. 4-star balance. Let's see if we can be 4.5. We cannot, so we'll leave it out of 4-star balance. Ahmed Thompson, Jalen Green, Jabari, AD, Shingun, Brooks, Gary Trent, Stewart, and then Kevon Looney will run a 9 meditation with Looney playing those last few minutes. All right. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. Hopefully the AD trade pays off here and we go like 70-0 or 82-0 here. That'd be awesome. One cool thing you'll love to see is Jalen Green wins Clutch Player of the Year, but obviously none of this matters if we can't capitalize with a championship at the end of the day. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. We get the first seed in the West. No surprise there. I mean, we have a very good roster at the end of the day. 17, 25, 15, 15, 14, 12, and 11. We get the Memphis Grizzlies in round 1. I almost wish I would have gotten John Moran instead of Anthony Davis. John Moran would have fit on this roster way better, but it is what it is. You know, we lie on the decision we made. Somebody current round against Memphis. Do not get 8 seeded, please. We beat them in 5. W. Okay, now we get the Golden State Warriors. We have Steph, Podziemski, Klay Thompson, Trace Jackson Davis, Rashawn Holmes, Moody, Draymond Green, Ben Simmons. Wow, Draymond and Ben Simmons off the bench together sounds like an absolute disaster. But shout out to the Warriors. Somebody current round, and we are in an even series with them. 3-2. Do we beat them in 6? Yes, we do. Okay. And now we get the beloved Oklahoma City Thunder. They have Shea, Giddey, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Chet, Bobby Portis, Oubre, Casey Wallace, Bones Highland. Can we beat them? Somebody current round, and of course we're down 3. I hate the Thunder, man. At least in 2K. Not in real life. I respect them in real life for what they, you know, the rebuild they've done. But in 2K, man, they're a pain in the butt. I'll tell you that. Now, can we beat them is the question, and we cannot. So we are going to get swept by the Oklahoma City Thunder. No brainer, or no surprise, I should say. And Raptors going to win the championship. Jason Tatum is your Finals MVP. All right. We're going to run this bad boy one more time. Let's go to the lottery, and let's go to the boss. Oh, so let's get number 1. And I don't think we have anything to worry about there. Staff signing Ime Udoka. I'm going to leave for another year, and then we got to fill these 2 positions out. But we are going to figure out if there's anything else I mean, the only other thing we can do is wait on progression just to be on our side, because these guys are going to continue to develop. Like Ahmed Thompson's going to go up. Jalen Green should go up again. So that's one thing we still have on our side as well. We had a couple second rounders, but Ahmed Thompson, Lewis will accept qualifying offers. Jabari, we have to re-sign him. He's probably going to ask for a boatload of money as well. Yeah, the roster's getting expensive, but at the end of the day, as long as we're going to go win this championship eventually, it'll pay off, right? So we have Robinson, Hamdi Diallo. Not a lot of good options here, but we do have a full 9 rotation. We actually got Kirk Vaughn out of the draft. Okay. I think at this point, we just kind of sit with what we got. I mean, we could make another upgrade with Brooks' contract, potentially. So I guess that's what we'll look at to try to potentially upgrade our wing position as far as backup 3 or backup 4 is concerned. We're going to try to get it. Denny Avdia from the Wizards. Let's see what they say to that trade. They want Kirk Vaughn. They'll give me Quentin Grimes. Actually love that a lot for us. So let's do that. Quentin Grimes, welcome to Houston. That's actually a 2-for-1 that I really wanted to increase our depth. So Quentin Grimes and Denny Avdia in the same trade. Really could not complain about that. As far as point guards are concerned, Skylar Mays. Give me Skylar Mays. Very underrated. When he has played for Portland, he was really solid. He's out of the rotation now because of our guard depth being healthy again. But, man, do I love me some Skylar Mays when he does play. Pretty solid. So let's go to player progression, and let's see if it does, you know, go up like I expected to. Anthony Davis going down is no surprise, but Amon up to an 87, 89, 89. So, yeah, we are on the right path. That's really what matters at the end of the day. As long as we just get to the deadline. And, you know, I might even look to see what Anthony Davis can get us at the deadline. If I can, like, move Anthony Davis and, like, Giannis popped up in the trade finder, like, I got to do it, right? Like, definitely got to do it. But we'll see if that even happens. But I will see you guys at the end of the season or at the deadline if I trade Anthony Davis. At the end of the season, we went 66-16, and all I can hope is that we go ahead and win a championship this season. Oklahoma City, of course, is going to be the team that stops us from doing that if it is going to be a team that stops us. So, unless we lose in round 1 to like the Kings who have Luka Doncic and Sabonis, which is actually a really nice duo. But here goes nothing. Someone in current round against Sacramento. Watch us lose to them, aren't we? No, we sweep them. Okay, great start. And Oklahoma City, I thought they got eliminated, but Denver, unfortunately, could not get the job done. 7, Curry, Suggs, Hardaway, Prosper, Lively, and Dallas. Do we beat them? Battle of these Texas teams. 3-2, and we beat them in 6. And once again, we walk in to face the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's go game by game on this time. Down 1-0. We even it up. Not done just yet. 2-1. We got to even it up. Okay. Let's even it up and see if we can tie this series. Oklahoma City, of course, is always going to be that team that's just never easy to beat. But right now, it looks like we're absolutely about to blow them out. So that's a great way to win that game 4. And now I got to win this pivotal game 5. So let's go to this game 5 in Houston. Let's run away with this lead if possible. They're going to do that. Just kidding. We might blow them out, which is actually looking good. Simcast is working, and we are going to win this game 5. So we're going to keep the Simcast going. Game 6 in Oklahoma City. Let's not even sweat a game 7, please. And we are going to run away with the lead in the 3rd. They tie it up. They bring it back. They're right on our tail. No guarantee we win this one. 5-point lead with 1:30 left. Let this clock run out before they catch us, and we are going to barely beat them, but hey, barely works. Now I get the Charlotte Hornets in the NBA Finals. LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Griffin, Jaren Jackson, Mark Williams, Clint Capella. I actually like their roster a lot. Hopefully we don't lose to them. Let's just go ahead and live with what happens with Simulate Current Round, and we are up 3-1, and we are going to beat them in 5 to end off with a championship. So, I guess at the end of the day, we won a championship. AD and Şengün fit sounds pretty bad though, not gonna lie, but hey, maybe it can work. I don't know. He shot 39% from 3 in the playoffs, so hey, if he's gonna shoot 39%, AD shot 50% in the playoffs, so hey, those guys got it together in the playoffs, and that's what matters. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely titling this one the worst Rockets rebuild you've ever seen, because once I traded for AD, I immediately regretted it, but hey, we won a championship. That's fine. Thank you guys for watching. It's Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.